All right, artists, today you're going to paint your Xavier Castellanos inspired landscapes. Last time in oil pastel, we drew out our landscape and added some details with oil pastel on the land and in the sky. Today we're going to paint using watercolor. On your paint trays, you will see a cup of water, 2 little rags to clean our fingers, our paintbrushes, and our watercolor paints. Remember that these rags are to clean our fingers. You do not have a sponge on your tray today because we're using watercolor. So we don't want our paintbrush to be dry. We want it to always have water on it. When I open my watercolor tray, the first thing that I need to do is add water to wake up all these paints. So to do that, I'm going to dip my brush in my water cup. And then I'm just going to kind of drip that water into each of my colors. So brush in my water cup and then drip that water onto each of my colors. And that's going to start to wake up my watercolor paints. We have to add water because otherwise they are dry. Now, whenever I'm ready to start painting, I will need to swirl around that water a little bit more to make sure it's really woken up. For each of my land areas, I'm going to choose one color to paint with. So I'm going to choose this kind of magenta color. And whenever I paint that, wherever I paint that on my landscape, my oil pastel is going to push away my paint. So I'm going back whenever my paintbrush feels dry, and I'm going to paint each of these areas a different color. When I want to change colors, there's something very important I need to do. I need to rinse my paintbrush. So I'm going to swirl my paintbrush in my water cup a couple times, wipe it on the edge, and I'm ready to go to my next color. You probably want to rinse your paintbrush maybe 2 times in the water cup before getting your next color to really make sure that it is clean before you get your next color so your colors don't get all mixed up. Whenever my paintbrush starts to feel scratchy or look dry, I know I need to go get more paint. I might even need to add some more water to my paints. The more water that I add to my paint, the lighter the color will be. The less water I have, the brighter my color will be. So each of these areas, I'm going to do a different color. All right, artists, I'm going to go into hyperdrive painting mode, and then I will show you how to paint your sky. All right, artists, when you are ready to paint the sky, you are going to choose either warm or cool colors. Your warm colors are the kind of red, violet, or magenta, red, orange, and yellow. Or our cool colors are green, blue, this kind of blue, violet, and violet. So you're going to choose either the warm or the cool colors. The reason is the warm colors mix really well together and the cool colors mix really well together. But all these colors together, warm and cool, make kind of a muddy brown color. So when you're getting ready to paint the sky, I'm going to use the cool colors in my sky. When you're getting ready to paint the sky, you're going to start with one of the warm or cool colors. Now for the sky, we're actually going to mix a couple different colors, but we want to mix them on our paper, not on our paint tray. So I'm going to rinse my brush before I go get another cool color. And then on my paper, after I've put down the 2 colors, I can kind of blend them together using my paintbrush. And we can mix them right on our paper. This is really nice watercolor paper, so our watercolors are going to blend really well together. I'm going to rinse my brush. I'm going to get some of that first color I was using and mix in a little bit more of that. And you'll see I can just blend them together and mix them on my paper. I'm going to add a little bit of this other kind of bluish color. And again, just kind of going back and forth, mixing these together. All right, artists, when you are all done painting your land and your sky, you will raise your hand and I will come get your paper so I can put it on the drawing rack. And then you can free draw in your sketchbook. I cannot wait to see these finished, artists. And yeah, get to painting.